You know the feeling, right? You've been to a wedding that just felt seamless, magical even. And then you've been to another one that felt, well, just a little bit chaotic. The secret behind that difference? It's not luck. It's all about what's happening behind the scenes. So what really separates a smooth, organized venue from a stressed out one? Let's get into it. Okay, so on one hand, you've got the stressed venue. It's just constant firefighting, right? Last minute changes are causing total panic, and the team is just running on fumes. But on the other hand, you have the organized venue. The staff is calm, they're confident, transitions are smooth. It's a flawless experience for the guests. Now, here's the kicker. The difference isn't about working harder, not at all. It's about working smarter, and that means having the right systems and processes locked in. So how do we get to that calm, organized place? Well, before we can even think about building a solution, we have to really understand the problem. So let's do a little dissection of the chaos and pinpoint exactly where things usually start to go off the rails for a venue. It's a really good question, isn't it? Because stress doesn't just materialize out of thin air. It's a symptom, a red flag pointing to deeper issues in your operations. If you've ever managed an event, you know that sinking feeling when little cracks start to show up in the plan. But what are those cracks, really, and where do they come from? Just think about it for a second. The guest information is scattered across what, 5 different spreadsheets and a dozen email chains? The florist and the caterer are telling you 2 completely different things, and your team isn't 100% sure who's supposed to be doing what. See, each one of these things is like a tiny spark that can and often does ignite a massive fire of day of disasters. And here's the thing that really matters. This operational stress, it's not just an internal problem for your staff. Nope. It directly torpedoes the quality of the event. When your team is stressed out, their decision-making suffers, the execution gets sloppy, and you better believe that feeling eventually trickles down to the couple and their guests. Ultimately, the entire wedding experience is compromised. But here's the good news. There is a clear, methodical way out of all this chaos. We're going to walk through a 5-step blueprint that will literally transform your operations from being reactive and stressed to proactive and seamless. All right, here's our roadmap. First, we're going to centralize all your information. Then we'll standardize your workflows, assign crystal clear roles to everybody, automate notifications, and finally, learn how to visualize the entire wedding day. You'll see how each step builds perfectly on the one before it. Step 1, this is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about, centralizing your event information. This means getting every single detail out of separate documents, random email threads, and sticky notes, and putting it all into one single accessible place. So, what does centralization actually mean in practice? Think of it like creating the event's central nervous system. It's one single platform where every single detail, from a guest's dietary needs to the florist's arrival time, is updated for everyone in real time. When your whole team is working from the same sheet of music, the entire body works in perfect sync. This one simple act prevents a huge chunk of mistakes and just kills that last-minute chaos. Okay, so now that all your information is neatly in one place, you can start building on that solid foundation. Step 2 is all about organizing your actions. This is where you standardize your workflows. This is all about creating your playbook for success. Instead of reinventing the wheel for every single wedding, you create these proven, battle-tested templates and checklists for everything, from the first time you talk to a client all the way to the final breakdown. This just removes all the uncertainty and empowers your staff to do their jobs with total confidence, which ensures a flawless and consistent experience every single time. Okay, on to step 3. You can have the best information in the world and the most efficient processes, but if people don't know who's responsible for what, you're still going to have confusion. It is time to assign clear roles. And this is exactly what that clarity looks like. Every single person on your team, from the main coordinator down to the banquet staff, needs to know 3 things. Cold. What are their specific responsibilities? Who do they report to? And which tasks do they personally own? This completely eliminates gaps, it stops people from accidentally duplicating work, and it ensures total accountability. No more, "Oh, I thought you were doing that." So with clearer roles locked in, we can now make life way easier for everyone. Step 4 is where you use technology to get time back and just reduce the mental load for your team. It's time to automate notifications. Just think for a second about how much time you waste just chasing people down for updates. Automation completely solves this. The system can automatically ping the florist that the delivery time has changed, it can remind the couple that a payment is due, and it can notify the kitchen staff about a last-minute dietary restriction. This dramatically cuts down on the endless back and forth emails and phone calls, and it keeps everyone in the loop effortlessly.
And now for the final step in our blueprint. Step 5. Visualize the wedding day. This is all about taking all that complex information we've gathered and making it instantly understandable and, more importantly, actionable.
Our brains are just wired to process visual information like way faster than text. So when you use tools like digital floor plans, interactive seating charts, and timeline dashboards, your team can literally see the entire event at a single glance. You can spot a potential bottleneck or a seating chart problem in seconds, which lets you solve problems long before they ever become problems. So, you've done the work, you've implemented these 5 steps. What's the ultimate result? It's a fundamental shift, really. You go from a state of constant chaos to one of calm, confident control. Let's look at the real-world payoff of putting in this work. Here it is, the transformation in a nutshell. You move away from the chaos of scattered spreadsheets and fuzzy roles, and you gain a confident staff, way fewer errors, and a reputation that shines. And what does that lead to? Higher staff retention, people want to work for you, and a stronger, more respected brand. It's a total win-win. When you boil it all down, this is the core message. The difference between the best venues and all the rest isn't some secret sauce. It's just an unwavering commitment to 3 things: clarity, structure, and process.
I just want to leave you with this final thought. All these systems, all these processes, they aren't just about taking boxes and being efficient. They are the invisible architecture that actually makes the magic happen. Because that true professionalism behind the scenes is what lets you deliver a truly unforgettable experience. So, looking at your own operations, what's one small change you could make tomorrow to start moving from chaos to control?